Alrighty. So this is where we are. We did part one. We've done part two. Today we're going to be on to part three. This is our third time reading the book here. So the quote that pretty much runs through the whole chapter is this one by Muhammad Ali. It says, "Champions aren't made in the gym, right? Champions are not made in the gym. Champions are not made in the marketplace, right? There is a German Mashfid Mashal. I've forgotten his name. His code name is Desert Fox. And he says that the time we spend preparing, saves blood right in the field, right? The time to become a champion is in your secret place. If you are not a champion in the secret place, you cannot be a champion in the public place, right? In the secret place is when we download, as it were, we hear from invisible realm. We decide who we are. We hear who we are. We tell ourselves who we are. And you need that mindset. You need that picture of who you are to be able to face life. Because if you face life not having a picture of who you are, you'll be beaten like nothing else. You will have nothing to stand on. The picture you go to life with is your backbone, is your foundation, it's your defense, it's your starting point, it's your weapon in the marketplace. You have to go into life with a picture, right picture of who you are. Like when we talk about a judge who used to be bullied, but when he read about a superhero and was able to see himself in the light of that superhero, he changed his mindset. He challenged the bullies that were bullying him, and that was the end of their bullying because he saw himself bigger than he had either seen himself. He saw himself not as one to be bullied. He saw himself not as one to be pitied, but as one that could fight for himself, that can stand his ground. And he stood his ground that day and then make the difference in his life. And he went on to apply the same principle in every area of his life. And he ended up one of the foremost judges in the US, right? And that's what you all need to do. You have to see yourself. It's the way you see yourself that others will see you. Change is about the way you see. If you don't see yourself as worthy, you cannot become worthy. People won't see you worthy. Even you yourself, see, you're not seeing yourself worthy. You can't do anything. The way you see yourself makes a difference in your outlook to life. It makes a difference in your attitude. It makes a difference in the kind of spirit, energy that you attract into your life. The energy goes where there is alignment. If your mindset, your attitude, your vision, your mental model is not in alignment with the right energy, the right energy will not come your way. If your mindset, your attitude, your mental picture, is in alignment with evil, negative spirit, that's what will come to you. It doesn't matter your pastor. It doesn't matter how many days you have fasted. It doesn't matter how much whatever. Energy goes to the place where there's alignment, right? So champions are not made in the gym. They are made from something that is deep inside. It's something that's made deep inside. It's the desire that you have. It's a dream that you have. It's a vision that you have. It's the hunger that you have. That is what makes you go the distance, right? That is what makes you do what other people would not do. At the beginning of all of this, we spoke about two footballers, right? Yep. We spoke about two footballers. We spoke about Nani and Ronaldo, both having the same pedigree. They both had the same pedigree, right? Both Portuguese, both coming from the same Sporting Lisbon, joined the same club, Man U. But one rose to notoriety. One did not rise to notoriety, right? We talked about Kobe Bryant, right? The Mamba, yeah, he rose to notoriety. Other people that were in the same club with him did not rise to notoriety. Some foolish people would, after his death, say, "Oh, it's because he belongs to a cult. Oh, it's because it's this." These are lazy minds. lazy minds, children of the devil, people who have nothing to do with heaven or good things, people who have aligned themselves for poverty, right? But that is not true. You get what you get based on the input you are put into life, right? Life, nature, providence works by sowing and reaping. What you put in is what you get, right? Nothing comes for free. There's no free lunch in life. There's no free lunch in life. It's just a figment of your imagination to think that life will give you that which you do not deserve, right? It's a figment of your imagination. I know people who abuse grace, abuse mercy, and do nothing. Oh, mercy of God, foolish people, right? Life will only give you that which you deserve, that which you are sown for. If you don't sow for it, you won't get it. If you don't sow for it, you won't get it. Let no one deceive you. If you don't sow for it, you won't get it. You have to give to receive. Jesus says, give, and it shall be given to you. Not sit down and mope around and you will get. No, it will not be given to you because you are moping around, believing in mercy, believing in whatever it is you have been deceived, conned about, right? And we're going to talk about it when we talk about our next book, how people are conned, and they just waste their life, waste away, right? Expecting forever, not never receiving, entrapped by con men, con women, right? The way to get is what is by giving. You give. Say, give, and it shall be given. Give, and it shall be given. Give, and it shall be given. You pay the price for what you want. Someone like Ronaldo went to that exercise ground before every other person, before Nani left, stayed back when every other person left. He paid the price. That's how he got to notoriety. He exercised. He exercised himself into becoming. Read the same thing about Kobe Bryant. He exercised himself into becoming. He believed it was possible. So he pressed for what he believed is possible and he attained it. You can do the same thing. You can begin to come up with a vision, believe that you are possible. You are possible. You are possible. God did not bring you here to be the last. God did not bring you here to be the delta. God did not bring you here to be bullied. God did not bring you here to be the servant. God did not bring you here to be the last. God brought you here to be a champion, to show forth a particular part of his image, to show him forth in this life. And there's no part of God that is last. God brought you here as a more than an overcomer to win, to show forth what is possible, to declare his glory. That's why you are here. You cannot show his glory in poverty. You cannot show his glory in lack. You cannot show his glory by not growing. You cannot show his glory by not learning. You cannot show his glory by not developing. You cannot show his glory by not moving forward. Right?